Hi everyone, welcome again to the monthly draw. This one's the August monthly draw. Then as always I've got to thank you all very much for helping out and supporting the channel, and obviously everything else I do, including the excuse me, the films that I've been doing outside. I mean, I've not got a huge amount of weather's let us down this year. Just no rain, and it's just dry. Temperature of the water is really high the whole summer. We're just not getting any chance to fish, and we don't have a decent flood of water to bring any salmon up the water. There is one or two earlier there, but it's nothing. There's no sign of any grouse really. But anyway, that's just what happens sometimes. We get dry summers, we've always had. Certain times where we've got a long period of time without any rain, so we just work round about it. Now, I have been out a few times. I did a couple of times last week. The water was just too warm. No sign of any fish as well, so I got a chance yesterday. You may see I put a video up on the river here, and but I got some footage. It looked okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. But anyway, we're here for the monthly draw, and as you know, there's a monthly draw. The main draw is the fly box. So I'm going to quickly show you the fly boxes. I'm going to use my other camera, this camera here, so you can see them a wee bit closer. Now, one of the fly boxes here, as you can see, we've got the nymphs. These are nymphs that I personally use a lot in the river for both trout and grayling. And I've obviously got the tungsten beads and so on. Even got killer bugs there, and there is the Frank Sawyer's pheasant tails, which you can't go without. So this is a great wee box of flies, as I say, and the number drawn for this, you'll have a choice of one of these boxes. Now there's 8 to pick from. Now in the river box and the nymphs, there's 70 in this one. So, and then I've got a selection. These are mainly loch and stillwater flies. Now there's 4 boxes of these, but you can obviously choose from one. I've got a kind of modern box here. This one. Basically, this is full of the shuttlecocks. We've got all-rounders, as I call them. They're half hogs, which is right down. We've got a few different colour combinations that really work well, and we've got the well-known. If you're into the stillwater competition angling, you'll recognise the Midas. This one here, which is a basically hopper-like type. I've got sort of Caddis versions in there as well, which work out really. They are really take a lot of fish. Now there's 79 in this box. In this one, there's I'll show you the number first. There's 88 in this. Now in this one, there's a selection of flies that I've actually fished on in video. Obviously, we'll get some traditional wet flies, always worth having. We've got the rodent. We've got variants of the rodent that I use. It's a kind of nymph type wet fly combination. And we've also got the Dynamite Harry, olives and Caddis patterns that I've been tying and using. So a great selection, and obviously there's some nymphs at the bottom here as well. And so I basically call this as a top dropper. So you get a top dropper if you're fishing wets, middle, point. You've got a dry fly which can fish itself, or you can piggyback it off with a nymph just below. So it's, as I say, it's a great box. It's a box I wouldn't mind having myself, and that's one of them. So I say there are 88 in that one. In this one here, we've got another. This is a stillwater type box, competition angler style. Competition meaning like we have international here in the UK and Ireland. We'll be fishing. There are teams of Scotland, Ireland, there's Wales, and there's England. And this type of fly is very popular. We've got tied in certain sizes: cormorants, crunchers, snatchers, and all those midge patterns. I think there's some dialbacks in there as well. So it's a nice selection of patterns. And again, as I say, there's 88 in that. So we go into another one. This is Palmer's. Very good up the hill lochs. this type of fly, wild brownies, as well as in the still waters are great flies, and you can cross over to a lot of the Irish lochs with some of these flies. There's some small mayflies, green peters, there's muddlers, there's hedgehogs, colour combinations that basically you really can't go far wrong with. So another really good box of flies. Now we're going to, I've got a couple of boxes of, you've got a choice of, if you're into the salmon fishing, I've got this one here. There's 30 doubles in this. These are all mainly tied Salers and Patriot, I think the hooks that's in these, and there's different sizes. We've got sort of 12s, 10s, 8s, 6s type. We've got a mixture of shrimp patterns, hairwing flies, and we've got top here, there's a couple of, just the one I think. Basically we've got the flamethrowers. So anyway, that's another one. As I say, there's 30 in that box. I've got one here which is, there's 36 in this one. Mainly flamethrower patterns that's in this. I think it's mainly a majority, but 90%. There's some tied on singles as well as doubles in two sizes. Basically equivalent to a size 8 and size 10. We've got some size 12s here just to fill up the box as well. So another nice box of flies. And then finally we go into the largest box. There's this one here. This is a saltwater fly box, if you can see there. In the saltwater fly box to go with it. And a good selection in there, shrimp patterns, small bait fish, flatwing style, there's clousers. There's obviously, these are some sea trout flies here, a friend of mine that came up with these. So basically quite a lot of flies in there, some Irish patterns as well. That if you're going for sea trout, any type of fish that's coastal, you'll certainly catch on these flies now. There's a selection of 50 in that box, so it's a good collection of flies. So there we are, that's just the fly boxes, and as I say, I'm going to draw a number for them. Basically, so whoever number this is that comes up has a choice of any of these boxes. So it's just a matter of whatever one you like, and I'll obviously send you a message and offer you whatever box you want, and I'll get it sent to you. So we'll do a number for the fly box. As I say, this is the first one, and to give everybody a chance of basically winning the fly box is to draw it right at the very beginning. So anyway, here we go. Now I'm using as you can see on screen, this is a number generator. I have no control over it other than pressing generate. So I'm going to do that right now. So the number for the fly box is
344.
344. Hopefully you heard that. It's a wee bit loud again. I'll just turn it down a wee bit. Anyway, there we are. So 344 gets the fly box. Now, what am I going to do? Onto the flies. Now, I have quite a few flies to give away this month. And I've always card them up. Now, I've got... I'll just go through them as we go. Now, first one I'm going to lift out is this is a... I'll go back to you can see this. This is a spay fly. This one's tied. This is a Lady Caroline, though. This one's got the yellow tail. Now, the pattern was a fly that I got. It was actually belonged to Megan Boyd, and it actually had a yellow tail. It was a Lady Caroline. Normally it's got a red tail. So but anyway, so I tied it, but I tied it on a hook that actually she owned. This is one of the hooks. So, and it is tied on. I believe that's a 4/0. So it's a good size, and it's ideal for if you want to frame it. You can fish it if you wish. It's up to yourself. So anyway, there we are. So we'll do a number for this one. And the number is
289.
289. So put that down. The next one up, I've got a streamer fly here. You can see I've got them in a kind of, I've put them into a card in the sleeve, just to protect the fly. It's actually dropped a wee bit. But anyway, this one here is Carrie's Fancy. It's a very pink-like fly. As you can see, it's tied on this is a partridge hook. This hook was originally made by Partridge and named after Carrie Stevens. Carrie was a famous lady for tying streamers, if you haven't heard of her. and they're some really nice patterns, and I enjoy tying them. So anyway, we'll draw a number for this one.
220.
It's 220. Now the next one, we've got another spay fly, and again this one is tied on a hook once owned by Megan Boyd, and this one's called the Purple King. It's a lovely style, it's a lovely pattern, and again you can fish it if you wish, or you can put it in a frame. So anyway, we'll draw a number for this one.
108.
It's 108 for that. We've got another. Now this is just a black spay. Now I didn't actually film the whole fly on YouTube, but what I did when I was filming, I was talking about how to set the wing, how to put the wing on. So this is the fly I actually finished off. So anyway, I thought I'd obviously give this away at the same time. So this is tied on a standard hook, just it's not tied on one that Megan owned. This is an Alec Jackson, I think it's a 1.5. Anyway, it's a nice size, and again you could fish it or you can put it in a frame. So we'll do a number for that.
91.
Number 91. Next fly, we'll get another Carrie Stevens pattern. This one I need the glasses to read it. And it's called The Morning Glory. So it's a nice bright fly again. It's another nice pattern, and again it's tied on the Carrie Stevens hook. So you could either use it as or you can put it in a frame. So we'll draw a number for that one.
316.
Number 316. On to another streamer. The arm twists, these are all lying face down, so when I lift them up I'm not sure what I'm picking up. This is another streamer. This one's the Shang Special. I would say it's one I really like. It's got a long jungle cock for the wing, obviously a set jungle cock at the eye, and then under wing is obviously you can see some peacock. Another lovely pattern, and again tied on the same Carrie Stevens hook, and certainly worth fishing or displaying if it's up to yourself. So I'll do a number for this one.
38.
Number 38. Now we're going to, I think we're on to the YouTube flies, the actual flies I tied, or one of the flies I tied on YouTube, and then I've always put some extra, a couple of extras or so. And this is the Hornberg. This was one that I was asked to tie, and I did it obviously. There's some really nice tines on YouTube, so I basically did a slight variant. I just used CDC under the wing, and didn't change the fly much at all, and it will certainly float alright. And it's a very popular fly, as I found out when I put it up. A lot of people spoke about this fly. So anyway, we'll draw a number for them.
326.
Number 326. Now we're going to, this is again, like a lot of the flies I tie on YouTube, I do ask if you've got a request. If I can't tie it, I'll add it to a list, and then if I get a chance, I'll obviously film the fly. And this is a one I was asked if I could tie, and it was called the Lead Wing Coachman. Nice blue wing type fly, blue being grey or lead coloured. I would think that's probably why it was named. Very popular fly again, as I found out. I mean, I've tied very similar to it, and it is a very popular fly even now. So we'll draw a number for them.
58.
Number 58. Now these patterns are, I mean, there is, as I say, there's half a dozen, but there is an original one that I filmed as well. So anyway, on to the next flies, and this is one of my latest videos, where I tied the Brigadier, but a muddler version. And I spoke about, you can either use a natural muddler head without being dyed, you can use a black head, or you can use a claret in this case, and there's two of each. So I've tied two of each, including obviously the one I tied. And the one I tied in the video is the claret, one of the claret head versions. So anyway, we'll do a number for this one. And the number is
292.
292. The Yeti. The Yeti's as you can see, is a Zonka-like pattern. It was one again. I wasn't basically asked to film this one, but it was one I was asked to, if you're interested in tying, so I did, and I tied it using mink. This is some mink fur with this kind of pinkish tail. It's a very popular fly down in Australia, Tasmania, and it's very good in, even here, anywhere, New Zealand as well. It's a very popular fly. So anyway, again, as I say, I filmed one of these, and there's some extra there for you to have a cast. We'll draw a number for them. Number 80 for them. Now we're going to, this is a Coq de Leon pattern. This is a spinner pattern, just using the Coq de Leon to give the impression of the wing. It's very sparse-like but very shiny. The Coq de Leon fibre is absolutely brilliant to use in flies like that. And as I said, I always do extras, as I say. So we've got the original plus an extra 5 there, so we'll draw a number for them.
122.
122 for those. This one was a request asking if I could tie an adult damsel pattern. Now I have tied kind of dragonfly patterns and such like. We do get a lot of damsel on the water, but a very odd time you'll see the fish taking one. If there's an opportunity, any fish will take one if they get a chance. But there is times where you do get a lot of them, and they're worth having in your box. And I came across some foam in a local shop, and I thought, well, I did have it in the back of my mind. Someone asked if I would tie one of these flies, so I bought some foam just for that. So anyway, I've got 3 there for you, and we'll draw a number for that.
248.
248. Now there is obviously one in there that I filmed. And here's another one that I just filmed not long ago. And again, this is another, I got asked quite a few times over the years. And again, there's many good tines on YouTube. Just look them up, you'll see them. And they're tied all slightly different. They're tied bigger, smaller, whatever. This is just the kind of ideal loch style size that we would fish. This is the Professor. And again, I've got the original one I filmed plus some extra for a cast. So we'll draw a number for them.
112.
112. Again, here's another one just recently filmed. This is basically the honey dabbler, yellow honey, basically honey dabbler. It's just the colour that I'm talking about more than anything. Plus I dyed some, I was dyeing some bronze mallard feathers, or ones that wasn't really well marked, which makes an ideal wing if you dye it, and it's got a great colour. So anyway, there's 4 there plus the original one I filmed. So we'll do a number for them.
36.
Number 36. We'll go onto there's only 2 in this first. I'll maybe tie a couple of extra. I'll add them in, or I'll put a couple of extra flies in. This is the double decker. Obviously the one I filmed in an extra one, but I'll look at my desk. I'm sure I've got 1 or 2 flies. I'll put them in the back. So but anyway, we'll draw a number for these. And the number is
128.
128. Now this fly, I never really said, but it's a good river fly as much as it is a loch fly, though it is fished a lot in the lochs. Into another set of flies. Well, this is the Delta Wing Emerger. This is a bubble CDC version. It's a good, when the olives are coming off, they're kind of like delta shaped wing just before they start to get to, once they come out the shock more. Very vulnerable point when they're hatching the small olives, and a great pattern to have in your box. Both rivers and lochs, it works both. So we'll do a number for these.
110.
110. And now we're into the very last one. This is Another CDC pattern. This one is a tan Caddis. It's a CDC mix. It's got a duck feather on the wing. It's a really good fly. If you see this on the lochs, you'll see why it's so good, and it does catch a lot of fish. And it just twists and turns like the real Caddis fly. So anyway, we're going to draw a number for this, and this is, to say, the last one. And the number is number 8. It's the lowest number tonight. So anyway, there we are. That's the last one. So again, I can't thank you all enough for your help and support for the channel and for everything I do. And I hope I'll be in touch obviously with everyone. But basically, I'll just email you, congratulating you obviously, and I'll looking for your address. So watch out for the email, and then I can get it sent on, and hopefully you'll get a few fish with the flies. So again, thanks again for watching, and remember, if you've got any you want to say or add to the channel, just to let me know. Any suggestions of flies, or even how I can improve the videos. I'm always looking for help for that. And I can see how we go. I mean, it's just as I say, it's the more time I can get filming, the more time you get stuff on YouTube, and as I say, the support you give me does help a lot, a huge amount, you've no idea. So anyway, till next month, and to next video, and thanks for watching.